Hi there.
Okay.
You're probably wondering how I got this tan.
Alright.
Well, let me tell you the story. It begins with a man by the name of Billy McFarland.
Oh.
Billy was a good boy. At 22, he had dreams of becoming a super wealthy entrepreneur, dropping out of college to start a business called Magnesis. Over the years, he managed to network with some powerful people.
Alright.
One of them was Ja Rule. Translated from German, I believe it means, yes, rule.
Okay.
Over drinks, he pitched an idea. Here's an accurate recreation of that event. Mr. Rule, he says, I have a brilliant idea.
Like, word, like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, this nigga 2 hours fucking his bitch.
Precisely. Great minds think alike. It will be 2 weeks of absolute luxury.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Sounds good.
Mr. Rule. Promotion began in late 2016.
Okay.
Fyre promised beaches, ladies, gourmet food, luxury villas, hosted on a private island in the Bahamas called Fyre Cay, once owned by Pablo Escobar.
This is pretty
VIP
cool.
Tickets up to $250,000.
Who the fuck is gonna pay that much money for, like, this is a dream? I don't know, man. It seems like it's just gonna be... it was such a shit show. Okay, alright, let's go. Keep going.
Swimming pigs.
Yeah?
Blink 182.
Wow.
Major laser. A steel drum.
Okay.
Welcome to Fyre Festival.
It's not Jurassic
the best
Park.
2 damn weeks of your life. I bought my ticket immediately.
How about that?
The day arrives.
I wish I had gone to this.
5,000 people are making their way directly from Miami
This would have been
Airport,
fun.
and there are huge delays to get to Fyre Cay. Although I shouldn't say Fyre Cay, because it doesn't exist.
Oh, how
In the marketing,
convenient.
they referenced this island, which is actually Norman's Cay, run by George Jung, not Pablo, by the way. But that doesn't matter because we're not going there either. We're going to Great Exuma. Private island? Forget that.
Fuck that.
Population, 7,000. In fact, we're basically in the parking lot of a sandals resort. In the end, only about 500 of us make it to the island.
Dude.
The remaining customers' flights are cancelled. You're about to see
Oh
why.
my God.
We're hauled onto a school bus and taken to the site. A gravel lot with a bunch of FEMA tents.
Wait, so is this actual real footage? My wife went to school with the kid who did this? You know what? Honestly, man, I think the guy who did this is like a national hero. Because all these dumb fucks that are going to spend a bunch of money to go on some exclusive luxury cruise with Instagram influencers, man, fuck them. Fuck them, dude. If they're going to let that happen, yeah, that's the way it goes, dude. That's the way it goes.
Oh, no. Remember those promises of luxurious villas?
Oh, yeah.
Branccia.
That's
Enjoy
exciting.
your stay. And don't forget your complimentary cup of UNICEF rice.
UNICEF, right?
Once there, no one knows whose tent belongs to
Oh,
whom.
no.
So staff try getting everyone into a line. Then they abandon that idea and tell everyone it's a free-for-all. Expecting a party, this guy took all of his drugs on the flight over.
Alright, cool.
He's the only one having any fun. Everyone else
This is the
is
only
grumpy
guy
because it's
partying.
been 5 hours and there's no food.
Oh no.
In lieu of food, staff decide to start handing out tons of free tequila.
That's smart.
This only exacerbates problems.
Yeah, that makes it way better.
Once the food does arrive, it's just as delectable as promised.
Oh my fuck.
Gourmet craft single there. A few hours later, bags arrive on the shipping
Jesus,
container.
dude.
It was getting dark and there was no lighting.
This is like an apocalypse.
Cell phones trying to look for their luggage.
Plenty of people had their luggage stolen.
Oh,
But
that's
don't
smart.
worry, if you have any valuables, the festival advertised top-notch security.
That's good.
Here it is. But no one told
Oh.
guests they had to provide their own lock. There are rumors of muggings by the locals.
I heard rumors.
Oh my god.
Tent supposedly caught fire.
Oh
the
my
closest beach has a
fucking-
rampant shark problem. Staff don't have any uniforms or walkie-talkies,
What the
so no one knows who's in charge, and the people who are
That's
in charge
convenient.
can't talk to each other.
Yeah.
Here's the bathroom. Many staff quit after only a couple of hours.
I wonder why.
For the few customers who are willing to just make the most of it and enjoy the
Oh,
music,
that was it.
they had some bad news too. All of the major musical acts pulled out. In fact, Major Lazer wasn't even confirmed to go in the first place. The event was promoted as cashless, so all people had were these useless Disney bucks on their Fyre band,
Wait,
which meant
what?
they couldn't buy anything or catch a cab if they were stranded. And even with only 500 people, there are too few tents and beds, so
What
everyone
the
is just stealing
fuck?
each other's. And for any of you
This shit is fucking great, man. This is fucking great. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to some cashless resort with, again, a bunch of fucking influencers. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, this is an idiot tax. This is like, you've got like, usually most stupid taxes are like a fucking, you know, like this like 55-year-old woman walks in the convenience store with like her hand, and she's like, "This is my lucky day," and ring him up, Scotty. And Scotty pulls out, you know, her favorite lottery tickets, and she takes her fucking social security check and she spends it on fucking lottery tickets and cigarettes. And you know, that's what it is. And it's like, you don't ever expect rich people to be this fucking stupid, but sometimes they can be even more stupid. I'm pretty sure, you know, Sharon, you know, that's trying to buy lottery tickets at the fucking at the grocery store or the convenience store or corner store, she's gonna not do this. Like, this is crazy. Do that voice again. I will if it's necessary. Okay.
Thinking you could just escape to the sandals. Bad luck. It's peak season and they are absolutely full.
Oh.
People are reaching out to the embassy for help. After a few hours, most people chose to go back to the airport,
the government?
and the rest were forced back home when the Bahamian government stepped in.
Oh,
the festival
that's smart.
Was closed.
There it is.
But the exodus from the island made its own problems. Guests spent hours dehydrated and hung over in a hot building.
Oh my god.
Why staff locked the door isn't entirely known.
What?
But one girl fainted before they were finally reopened.
Jesus.
Everyone gets home, and that was the end of it.
This is brutal.
Except for
pool's closed?
me.
I guess
was,
so.
Rescuing someone, helping them out, and
Holy
I got
shit.
lost in the woods. Anyway, back at home, the shitstorm on social media was just ramping up.
I bet it is.
The Reddit Fyre Festival was created, and it started documenting everything that went wrong at the event.
Yeah.
People were circulating a fake tweet by Jar that the whole thing was a social experiment.
A fake
Some wholesome
tweet.
festival memes there. And it quickly turned into a marketing case study of what not to do. In response, Fyre started serving cease and desist letters to stop people from saying mean things about them.
Oh, just like the
Mr.
Last of
Rule
Us.
released an official statement online, both apologizing and saying that it's not his fault.
Wait, the guy?
Both apologizing and...
Who was it?
To stop people from saying mean things.
The guy did this?
Mr. Rule released an official statement online, both apologizing and saying that it's not.
It's not a scam. It's not my fault. I'm taking responsibility. Well, it's not his fault. I mean, it's not, but you know, should have done a little bit more research. You know,
his fault. Interestingly, he wasn't even on the island at the time. He was giving a concert in Chicago.
Wait. So he wasn't even involved with this.
They offer everyone a full refund.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Or you could always let it ride and opt in for tickets to 2018's Fyre Festival.
And a VIP ticket to next year's Fyre Festival. If they decide to go.
Exactly. Next year.
Meanwhile, Billy is
That's
on
impressive.
full damage control.
That is fucking
He claims
impressive.
That the storm came
I
in
love
the
it.
night before and changed all of the marketing into lies.
Wow.
We got to a point that we were very excited about on Wednesday night with how the two sites looked, and we got hit by a big storm.
Oh.
But the apologies weren't enough.
How about
a few
that?
days later, and the first lawsuit was served.
Attorney Ben Misalis doesn't think it's funny. He's filed a $100 million class action lawsuit against the organizers.
Jeez.
Then another suit. Then 7 more. Then the feds got involved, claiming Billy had committed wire fraud. Serious charges with serious prison time.
What the fuck?
More on that later.
But first.
Right now, let's go into the history of Fyre Festival.
What the
marketing was
fuck?
clever. To get the word out, they got in touch with about 400 influencers, Instagram celebrities, and they offered them VIP tickets or cash to promote the event.
Oh my god.
They even managed to get Kendall Jenner to post about it.
Oh, how about
Rumor has
that?
it she was paid $250,000 for this post.
Wow.
Their marketing worked though.
Well, that
the
worked.
festival sold out. So how did it go so wrong?
It's crazy how people will fucking do that, dude. Like, listen, can I give you guys a little bit of advice? If someone on the internet tells you to do something, don't listen. Don't listen to that shit, dude. Like, just don't worry about it, all right? Like, don't do what they're telling you to do.
Let's start with the money. During the planning process, a consultant came in and said the festival would cost $50 million and require another year of organization.
Jeez.
They should have planned this 2 whole years out.
This is after they made all the promises, and they had nothing near that amount. So they started cutting expenses way back.
That makes sense.
Remember those luxury villas? They were going to cost $10 million alone, so they scrapped them. Now everyone gets a tent.
Okay.
Deposits for the band?
Save some money.
Nope. Food, infrastructure,
save some money.
staff,
Just saving money, man. That's all.
But you may ask, how did they have so little cash if they sold out?
Yeah.
It's the price. It was way too low. Now wait a minute. Up to $250,000 a ticket is too low.
Yeah.
In fact, on social media, people were so merciless and unsympathetic towards the guests because they thought it was a bunch of rich kids paying for tickets with a starting price of $12,000.
12?
And you can thank fake news for that assumption. You
What?
see that number repeated everywhere. But actually, very few were paying even close to that amount.
Okay.
The standard price was around $1,200.
Wow. I could never imagine. Oh, the camera froze? Give me 1 second. Let me fix that. So, yeah. Who could have ever imagined that the media and other news organizations would take something that sounds more salacious and interesting and push that as the narrative of what's actually true instead of what is true? I would have never expected them to do that. Can you believe that that would happen? Wow. How could they possibly do that?
Which, if you think about 2 weeks in the Bahamas with practically all of your expenses taken
Yeah,
care of,
$1,200 is good.
that's pretty bloody good.
Yeah.
In fact, some tickets were as low as $500.
6 months ago, got together and got the early bird special for about $500. And this covered food, transportation, ticket, and somewhere to sleep.
How on earth were they going to break even with that? They weren't.
That's smart.
And on the flip side, there's no proof whatsoever that anyone purchased a $250,000 ticket.
No, of course not.
So basically, they're stuffed.
Yep.
Billy has to start taking tough short-term loans just to keep afloat.
That makes sense.
Which, by the way, is why they did the fire bans. It was to raise cash. It's reported that up to $2 million in Firebucks in-game currency was spent in the lead-up to the event.
$2 million?
But this wasn't even close to enough.
Holy
broke, and with
shit.
the event only a few weeks away, the more experienced staff suggested
God
postponing.
damn, dude.
But thanks to
That's
those short-term loans,
insane.
he couldn't. So he insisted on going forward. Those staff tried to control the damage by telling celebrities and public figures not
In-game
to go.
currencies.
How was the Fyre Festival?
I don't know, I didn't go. Yeah, it's a good idea.
So, Billy and Jar are in some serious trouble.
Yeah, a little
But
bit.
let's please have one failed festival that has a sequel. Well,
no.
Billy is out on $300,000 bail. His assets are frozen as at May 18th.
Seems
He
like
dropped
a
his
good
expensive
idea.
Attorneys. He's selling his property in New York.
Yeah.
He tried to sell Magnesis for $150 grand, but it was cancelled for being fraudulent. Massively in debt and with no hope of paying it back. Fyre went into involuntary bankruptcy. And that is the end of Fyre Festival.
Jesus, man.
I'll keep you posted about whether Billy is going to jail.
I wonder, did the guy ever go to jail or not? Did the guy ever go to jail? Like, I'm actually curious. He is? Damn, dude. 5 years? Bro, so he can come back. He can come back, do it again, man. That's fine. Yeah,
So
he
long,
just come
Fyre
back, do it
Festival.
again.
You were too beautiful for this world. And as for me, well, it's time to go home.
Yes. Is that IKEA box? Oh. 2 hours later. Hey, he didn't know how to swim, man. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. Wilson, no! Listen, I I thought this shit was pretty fucking funny whenever it happened. Just mentioned they actually had Norman Clay, but kicked him out and advertised once on my Pablo. That's why shouldn't listen to influencers. They're worthless individuals who contribute nothing, just walking billboards. That's true. Like, basically, if you ever go and you see somebody who's advertising some shit on Instagram or some shit on Twitter or something like that, never go and fucking take their advice and assume that's true, all right? Like, anybody who refers to themselves that way, anyone who feels like that elevates them above other people in that way, those people are trash. They are idiots, and you should never listen to them, all right? You're an influencer. Yeah, I make videos. It doesn't mean I'm trying to actively influence people, okay? The only reason that people say the word influencer is because that's what companies do, because companies want to monetize people's platform to sell their bullshit. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with the individual themselves, right? It's like this guy.
Yeah.
The thing about this guy, where's a picture of him? Let me see if I can get a good picture of this guy. Where the fuck is it? There, this guy right here. There was a guy that I knew, and this was back in fucking Cataclysm. This was back in Cataclysm. And he used to sell arena carries. His name was Johnny. Johnny looked pretty much exactly like this guy. Johnny was the scummiest, nastiest, slimiest motherfucker that I've ever met in my entire life. I wasn't Johnny, okay? I'm not Johnny. There was a time that we were in Skype together, and Johnny was literally trying to get this guy to put a $20 bill in an envelope and mail it to his home address before Johnny would carry him to 2200 in threes. This dude was just trying to make money. Like, he was doing whatever he could, man. It was insane. Yeah, fucking $20 in an envelope before PayPal. Well, no, it wasn't in PayPal because he just wanted the money directly because the guy didn't have PayPal, and Johnny was like, okay, well, that's fine, right? But the guy saying he didn't have PayPal just meant that he didn't want to pay him. It was fucking ridiculous. It's called being an entrepreneur. Yeah, I mean, the guy's a fucking clown. I wonder whatever happened to him. I think he found Jesus or something like that.